Well, hello, I am Shay, and you're watching Born Again Nerd. Today's episode is this thing. Oh, dang. I keep forgetting about the reflections off the window. I have my window open right now. It's kind of cloudy out, but anyway, you can see here. Actually, try not to flash too much here. I will turn it on so that way it won't blind most folks. I'm going to be reviewing this big monster. It's called the X16, made by Powdiddy or something like that. However, mine has no markings on it whatsoever. It's completely bare. So there's no way for me to know exactly what this is, what it is. But I just know when I ordered it from Wish.com that I purchased this for, I don't know, 40 bucks maybe. And I was really curious to see how well it plays. If you can already tell this thing is massive, I'll probably swing the camera around. But just real quick, I just wanted to give a rundown about what the basic stuff is. So these are actually analog sticks. The buttons, it's not a touchscreen. That was the first thing I noticed, and it likes to go to sleep on me. Real quick, just the analog sticks here on the sides, they do work well. This is like the arrow direction keys, which are kind of weird because they're buttons, but it's actually not too bad. And you've got some, some preloaded games on here, which I'll go over here shortly. And on top here, real quick, you've got your volume control, which is nice. You do have a TV out and a headphone jack. It charges through micro USB. It has a reset button where it can reset, and a power switch. And then your TF card goes right there. So yes, it does read stuff off your SD card or TF card or whatever you want to call them. So without further ado, let's see how this plays out, how this thing works, and why is it worth your money or not. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, welcome back. I know that was a short 6-second intro or transition. Actually it's like 6:12. Anyway, this is the operating system, kind of firmware if you want to call it. Okay, so you're greeted with this when you first boot it up. One of the initial complaints for this unit is that the screen wasn't very bright. Like, it was really hard to see, but you know what, to be honest, it's pretty bright for me. It's at 5. This is the highest it'll go. And you can make changes if you go down to the tools, which is right here. But the screen actually isn't too terrible. Actually, it's kind of nice. It's huge. I mean, compared to my phone. Here, I'll bring my phone out. There's my phone in comparison here. It likes to go to sleep, and I don't know how to change it. I think I did, and I forgot. I don't know. Mega Man, of course, I've got. Pokemon down here, I tried it, and to be honest, it's not what you think it is. Just checking my camera angle there. Okay. So let's try Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I'm sure people would know what that game would look like initially. Just for reference for this unit, it's a really good emulator for like Nintendo classic games. I don't know why it says restart. It's weird. It should just say start. Now, with most emulators these days, don't have very good sound. I expect that. It's just, I'd be wowed if the sound is going to be good, because it almost never is. This looks like this is a GBA game, which I own, and, it's going to look a little fuzzy because it is blowing a small screen up. I don't know the exact dimensions. I'm not that nerdy, but you can tell, taking a smaller screen that's maybe 2.5, 3 inches, and blowing it up to a 7-inch, it's going to look a little fuzzy. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. So I'll give you a little rundown of how it plays here. And obviously it's in a language I don't know. So I'm just assuming that... And yeah, I don't know if it saves. I don't know. So game response time is fairly decent. No, I'm playing through my computer, so... Like, I'm looking at my record screen, not the actual screen itself. It's a little hard to do when you're wearing a camera that's not really meant to be worn. Now, the viewing angles, as you can tell from the camera, really isn't that great. You have to have it head on. Kind of like the 3DS when it first came out. You have to have it kind of stationary in front of your face. But it doesn't bother me too much. Unless I was really into a game that needed that done. But as you can tell, it's fairly okay. Right? I'm not seeing or feeling any kind of weirdness going on. What I'm doing here. Whoops. Now, I have to admit, though, these arrow keys as buttons is a little weird, but you can switch to the analog, which I will do here. The analog does kind of rotate, which is a little odd at first when you play on it, but then you realize it's got a really nice firm grip on here, if you can see. So it's not so terrible. It's actually kind of useful. So you get the idea, right? It plays Game Boy Advance games. Turtles is a good one to try because it's, 32-bit. It does have a dictionary. It does work. Tools is basically just settings. Browser is not an internet browser. It is actually just a browser for the unit. Doesn't really do anything. And settings just is another tool thingamajig. I haven't really discovered some of it. I'm trying to get it to focus. Okay, ebook, I'm assuming it works. Camera, I tried. It's very useless, but it does work. It does have a camera. Music, I hadn't tried yet, but it does seem to have a music player built in. You can actually add music to this thing. Videos, well, I haven't tried that either. And themes, yeah, there's a few themes in there that you could probably like. I chose a rainbow because of obvious reasons. I like rainbow. Okay, in here, this is where you enter games is basically just the internal ones. I want to go to the external ones on my SD card. Okay, so this is Bobble. One of my favorite games. Music does get kind of annoying. Another thing to note is the select and start are opposite of each other, so you might accidentally hit select and it doesn't do anything. So we're just going to show you some quick NES games, how they play and how they sound. Let me get my camera to cooperate. There we go. You can use the analog stick too, like I'm doing that now. But it's hard to play when I'm recording, though. I'll tell you that. It's really hard. Oops. Anybody like Bobble? Oh, dang it. I can't even get past the first level. This is sad. Oh my god. Really? Yeah, I didn't even make it past the first stage. Isn't that crazy? This one's Darkwing Duck. It's another NES game. It's one of my favorites. Although I probably won't do very well. So you can see here, it looks pretty good. I mean, well, as soon as the camera focuses, there we go. So the screen actually is pretty decent. It's really fun to play on this. And, honestly, the controls are fine. There is no screen tearing that I noticed at all. So I'll be walking here and jumping and whatnot, and you can see for yourself if you see any screen tearing. I don't see any. But you can just see that there really isn't a lot of screen tear at all. In fact, I just don't notice it. It's really clear. The sound effects are fine. I don't really hear any lag. I said here because sometimes people have reported the game speeding up and slowing down. I had a few games do that with the Super Nintendo games, but really, honestly, I haven't really had much. Maybe they fixed that part, because I didn't really run into that issue. Okay, so this is Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. I actually have a save state on here. I'm going to try that feature now. I don't know what my password is because I didn't take it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the back button. And I'm going to go to load progress. I'm assuming it's 1. And it should take me right where I left off last time. This looks familiar, so I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I keep forgetting that I'm recording. Nothing too or abnormal about the gameplay on the Super Nintendo that I could find. There was a few games like Kirby wouldn't load for some reason, or it loaded, but it just was super slow. I do have an Etsy store if you want to check out some of my refurbished units. I personally fixed them and refurbished them. I'll put the link down below if you want to check that out. Help support the channel. That would be awesome. Before this video gets too long and I have to say goodbye for the next video, I just wanted to be kind of give you a hint on some of the, or not really hints, but just some information more about this unit. So I did learn that the firmware that is running this unit cannot be changed at all, at least at this time of this recording. This is like a flash save or firmware where it's flashed onto a chip there and went to sleep. And so therefore, if you wanted to change some of these balloons or bubbles or whatever they are, I got news for you, can't. Sorry. I wish I could change some of these out to be some of my favorite games mostly played, but unfortunately that's just not the case with this unit. But you can load your own games on here and have it as a backup files, you know, to play on the go if you want to play some Nintendo games, or you want to have a unit for your kid to play on. I believe at this time of recording these are running around $30 to $40, but it just depends on where you buy it from. I've seen them go for $60. Now I think $60 is a little too much for this unit, but you do get some good games on here that are quite nice. So it should be, I believe this is an arcade. I was trying to figure that out earlier with the file system on this thing. It was a little confusing. So I'm adding credits. So I'll play this real quick and then give you my 2 cents on it here. It's worth picking up for about $30 to $40 if you really do like a nice screen with nice controls. It's really light. It doesn't really, it seems the battery life seems to hold up, otherwise it does go to sleep a lot, which is kind of annoying. I don't know about 2-player. There's a lot of things I don't know about this thing, so if you have some insight on this unit, please hit me up at the comments below. Check out again my Etsy page. The link will also be below. I'm going to turn this down. That's loud. And before I forget, since I'm getting ready to close, I'll just do it now. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and notifications, all that good jazz. Let me know how I'm doing, I guess. I know that my video content could be better. It always could be. I'm always striving to do better and get better. Since I'm really new to the retro gaming community, I do like some feedback. So don't be shy. Send me a comment or whatever. Let me know if you have this unit or if there's a unit out there that is pretty cool. And I'm getting my kicked. I can keep it PG. So, yeah, this would be a great player for your kids or for yourself. You know, with a nice screen. It does have brightness control. That does not look nice. I'm actually... Okay, she got me. I'm the fat guy. Okay, I'm not the girl. I picked the ugly dude here. And, yeah, that looks like to me that would not feel very good. I'm gonna leave it with that. So here, I'm probably gonna get my butt kicked here soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. She's got that really wicked kick, man. Look at that. I'm down. No way. So anyway, that's it. And that's it for now. Stay tuned, and I'm out of here.